Ronnie O'Sullivan and Neil Robertson. Looking forward to this one with relish. Your commentators shortly will be Neil Foulds alongside Clive Everton, but to introduce the players here at the Rico, once again it's your MC, Mark Johnson Allen.
Thanks very much, Matt. Well, Saturday night snooker at the 888 Casino Champion of Champions does not get any better than this. An absolutely packed atmosphere here in Coventry to see the reigning world champion up against the world's #1 for a place in the final. Let's get on with the introductions. Ladies and gentlemen, from Australia, this man is in superb form. 49 centuries already this season. A former world champion, a former Masters champion. Please put your hands together for Neil Robertson! And his opponent was quite superb last night. It was 5-3 down to Ding Junhui, won it on the deciding frame. He's a 5-time world champion. He is the reigning world champion. He is known as the Rocket. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Ronnie O'Sullivan!
Current world champion Ronnie O'Sullivan versus current world #1 Neil Robertson. Full house, expectant atmosphere. What more do you want?
Okay, who wants to go? It's ahead, your choice, Neil. Okay.
Yes, and it's a real test for both players in very different ways. You know how well Neil Robertson has been playing.
Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
How well he's been scoring. But he's got to recreate that kind of form to win tonight. Winning chances in one visit. As for Ronnie, he's not played as much snooker as others after the World Championships. He's played in some tournaments. Proved last night against Ding Junhui that he's still the same player that won back in the spring at the Crucible for the 5th time. But as the seasons go on, I guess we've got to assume that he is still as good as he was. And the signs are absolutely that.
O'Sullivan has won 25 world ranking titles. Robertson, 8.
A strange one. He didn't go through the ball very straight there. Didn't get past the red that he was nearest to. Didn't look a very nice shot, but it was just one that perhaps a bit of a loosener. Eight returns of ranking events is a good haul, really. It's in this modern era that Neil plays in. 8 ranking tournament victories. That's right up there, and he's somebody that isn't pleased to get to a semi-final. He's always looking to lift a trophy. So, as you heard, a Masters winner.
1.
And it was also interesting that he said the other night when he played that after the World Championships, he knew that his break build had to improve a little bit to the kind of level that O'Sullivan scores at when he's in at his best. He has improved that, no question, with those 49 centuries this season. That's a ridiculously high amount in such a little time. We're only in towards the end of November, and that is heading for the record of 61 and quite some more, I think.
The record of 61 set by Judd Trump last season.
Seven.
Certainly opening up reds here. Now, just looking at exactly the reaction of this, I can't see how it can avoid hitting into the red directly above this black. Just a glance of it thin and maybe go into other reds as well. Now, always a little bit awkward in that cluttered up area of the table, but he's got a red that he can go to, albeit queuing awkwardly.
14.
Now, how many reds spot amongst the bunch of reds? If none, the angle is there to just nudge into a few. Don't think he's playing this at any great pace if he does go into them. It's the red just below the line of the pink that he's looking to hit. It's the one. Could have been better. He has a red to the middle, which will take him onto the black, but
20.
it'll always be a shot that is missable. I'd fancy him for it. He was certainly, as I say, beyond the black.
$21. Sure. 28.
Michaela Tabb is the referee. Has refereed 2 world finals.
Sure. Okay. 29.
I think he might have wanted to be straight on this, actually, because he can get onto one of the reds, 2 up from the black spot, the one out in the open in the middle of the bunch either side, but don't see how he can get on it with the angle he seems to have here. Maybe another cannon instead. That's quite a good shot. Get a touch of left-hand side on that to make sure the cue ball didn't go down towards the black end of the table again. But the next one, he's got to avoid the reds if he can, if he gets up for a lower value colour. Got to make sure he pots this because it's not easy.
$37.
Sullivan played a slack shot. Robertson has been at the table ever since.
42. 43.
This is absolutely perfect on the green if he wants to play into the little bunch. Symmetrical feel about the formation of those reds, the 4 and the 3, but quite a big target to go into. Oh, that's very nicely played. Unlucky.
Foul.
I mean, he's played it well. The
Robertson,
plant didn't
43.
appear to be on,
Ronnie
interestingly,
O'Sullivan,
and
4.
I think that Neil is very surprised about that. Quite know how that red went in there, and neither does Neil.
It certainly changed the shape of the frame, though. But O'Sullivan misses his first red.
Yeah, shaky start, isn't it, for O'Sullivan? No question. The opening red that he missed, that he didn't get past the red that was below it, and then that. He hasn't settled yet.
One.
O'Sullivan didn't settle last night either. He went 3-0 down to Ding Junhui.
Yes, he said he wasn't particularly sharp last night. Although I think as the match went on, there were signs that he was getting back to his best when he really needed to. That is the mark of a champion. Often you see players that are not sharp when the pressure's on them. That's when they get worse, not better.
$16. $17.
This is just the start Neil Robertson needed tonight. Put a foot wrong, in my view. Just that lucky knocking in of the red.
24. 25.
Already well past the post in this opening frame.
$32. $33. $40. $41. $48. Neil Robertson, 48. And good.
Neil Robertson's first effort ended unluckily on 43 when he knocked a red in when opening the bunch, but he supplemented that with that 48 and thus leads by a frame to 0.